Number of herbivores. Have you ever imagined dozens of lions suddenly showing up at the edge of a neighborhood, forcing an entire community into an overnight alert? What sounds like a movie scene is happening for real in places where lion incursions are rising sharply. A recent report shows that incidents of lions entering livestock areas have more than doubled in just a decade. That reality forces people to confront a difficult question. Is hunting the only way to contain a threat that's spreading this fast? In many parts of Africa, lions showing up outside their traditional range is no longer uncommon. They follow livestock, take advantage of easy food sources, and gradually push into new areas. This encroachment brings not only economic losses but also serious safety risks for communities living near wildlife reserves. In this situation, controlled hunting has become one of the management tools that many local authorities feel compelled to use. Each year, thousands of hunters, both international and local, travel to heavily affected regions to take part in controlled hunts. These hunters aren't just chasing trophies or testing their skills. They're selected and licensed to help reduce the number of encroaching lions, putting pressure on local communities and the ecosystem. Many experts estimate that this activity generates millions of dollars for conservation and resource management programs. That funding helps communities address the threat while keeping large reserves, where lions naturally live, operating and protected. To take on an animal with that much power, hunters have to carry the right weapons. Large caliber rifles like the .375 H&H Magnum or .416 Remington are commonly used because they deliver strong penetration and can bring a lion down within seconds. Some rounds reach speeds of over 2,300 feet per second, enough to punch through thick muscle and greatly reduce the risk of a counterattack. The ideal shooting distance is usually between 120 and 160 feet, depending on the terrain and how dense the vegetation is. But it's not just the rifle that keeps a hunter safe. They have to move through wide, dusty terrain, study every track on the ground, and watch the wind so they don't get detected. Lions, especially those encroaching on human areas, tend to be more alert than usual. They can disappear into low brush, making it hard to pinpoint their exact location. Tracking them demands patience and absolute precision, because a single misplaced step can alert the entire pride and send them fleeing. Hunters involved in these control programs must follow strict procedures and regulations. They're only allowed to operate during peak periods, usually the dry season, when lion tracks are easier to read and the risk of lions entering villages is much higher. Hunting permits aren't cheap either. Costs can range from a few thousand to well over $10,000 depending on the region and the level of danger. That money goes directly into monitoring programs, DNA testing, GPS tracking, and habitat protection for the non-problem lions. In every hunt, safety is the top priority. A wounded lion can turn aggressive and charge straight at the group at speeds close to 50 miles per hour. That's why hunters almost never go alone. They usually work in teams of 5 to 7 people, each positioned to watch a different angle and back one another up. This coordination allows them to react quickly if the lion changes direction or appears from a blind spot. When the target shows itself, the decision to shoot has to be fast but precise, because even a moment of hesitation can be dangerous. It's not just hunters. People living near lion-affected areas are also taught how to recognize signs of lion activity. Outreach programs are held regularly to reduce conflicts between communities and wildlife. In many regions, children are taught to avoid tall grass in the early morning or late afternoon, the times when lions are most likely to be on the move. Thanks to legal hunting programs, tracking efforts, and habitat management, the number of invasive lions in many regions has dropped significantly. In some areas that once recorded more than 300 cases of lions approaching livestock each year, that figure has now fallen to just a third of what it used to be. This not only protects people's property, but also helps maintain a balance between wildlife and human communities. Even so, this remains a highly debated issue. Many conservation groups argue for more non-lethal measures, such as expanding protected areas or building ecological fencing. But in reality, as lions continue pushing into densely populated regions and causing growing damage, controlled hunting is still the most effective short-term solution.
Lions are known as powerful.
The story of managing invasive lions isn't just about pulling a trigger. It's about the constant struggle between protecting wildlife and keeping people safe. In places where a lion's roar can echo right behind a neighborhood, the line between the wild and everyday life becomes thinner than ever. That's why every management decision has to be made with care, ensuring that people and nature can continue to coexist in long-term balance. What do you think is the more effective way to manage invasive lions? Controlled hunting or expanding protected areas to reduce conflict? Leave your answer in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can join us on the next wildlife adventure.